Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to give you my top 7 credit unions that no annual fee secured credit cards. So this is the video for you if you've been shopping to look for a secured credit card that doesn't have an annual fee. And what I mean by annual fee is like it's charging you just to have the card. And it's hard these days sometimes to find credit cards, especially secured cards that don't have an annual fee, especially when you're trying to build your credit or rebuild your credit. So now, if you're not familiar with what a secure credit card is, a secure credit card is where you get the card and it acts just like a credit card, a normal credit card. The only difference is you're using your own money to secure the limit. And by the time that you establish a relationship with the credit union that you're in, these cards can graduate to a regular card if you use them responsibly, and all other factors that's going on in your credit report, aligns with that credit union's set rules and the things that they're looking for, their credit worthy criterias. Okay, so that's what a secure credit card is. So this list right here are credit unions that have credit secured credit cards that you do not have to pay an annual fee to hold these cards. I did a video a while back about some of the worst credit cards you could get when you're trying to rebuild your credit, just because they charge you crazy fees like Credit One. I'm gonna link that video up here somewhere. Also, guys, if you're not a part of the Credit Ready program, make sure that you scan the QR code or go to my website at starcarter.com. It's completely free group where we're learning about our personal finance. There's a free course inside in the classroom tab that you can take from beginner all the way to the very end of the course, and you will learn financial literacy if you take that course from week 1 all the way through week 6. But you could take it at your own place, and it is completely free. Got a lot of free resources like journals that I created and all that good stuff. So make sure that you guys scan the code or go to my website at starcarter.com to click the link or in the description box. All right, now that all that's done, let's get into these credit unions. I'm gonna pull them up on the screen. The first one we got is America's First Credit Union. All right, guys. So, and I got my notes right here off to the side. So, America's First, they are based out of Ogden, Utah. Hope I'm saying that right. Ogden, Utah. So, if anybody that's looking at this video has ever heard of this credit union, please make sure you leave me a comment. Now, they have fields of membership where you can join in Utah, parts of Utah, parts of Nevada, parts of Arizona, Idaho, Oregon, and New Mexico. So if you're in the field of membership, make sure that you go on their website and look for the different areas if you want to join this credit union. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what they got going on. So they do have a secured Visa credit card to help build your credit. They have a low rate, and I'm gonna show you what that rate is. So that's why they are number one. I tried to rate these on here, these 7 credit unions. I rated them by their interest rate. So number one, this one has the lowest interest rate. All right. So no annual fee, as we was talking about. Credit limits from $500. So that means that you got to put at least 500 on the card, and that's an excellent starting point, guys, because when you're trying to get higher limits in the future, you want to start off pretty good. Like 500 to me at the least that you want to secure on a credit card. Even if it lets you go all the way down to 200, or if I've seen some cards that let you do under 100, which I think is kind of wild, but you really and truly want to go as high as you possibly can that you can put on a card to help establish your credit or rebuild your credit. Okay. And so this card right here, I was looking at the benefits of this card. So you can personalize it, use your picture perfect to create your own card with a photo of your choice. So you can personalize your card with them. Travel emergency assistant, get this free services by calling the 1-800 number. Pre-trip assistance, including a list of required immunizations for destinations. Medical emergency assistance will direct you to a hospital with doctors who speak English. Translation assistance, lost luggage assistance, ATM locations where funds can be advanced, roadside service. And then you got auto rental insurance, free coverage for any damage to a rental car when you pay with your Visa secured card. You got travel assistant insurance, accidental death and dismemberment coverage when you use a secured Visa card to book your travel. So that's just some of the extra benefits that this card offer. But I want to pull up their rate sheet, guys, so you can see what their rate is on this card. So bear with me just 1 second. Let me get that on the screen. All right, guys. So if you look at the bottom left on the screen, it might be the left. I'm looking at it on the left. It might be on your right. Um, it is under the Visa section. That's right under the consumer section. It says effective August 1st. On the very far, I guess I say it might be on your right. It's on my left. So it says Visa share secured, no annual fee, no cashback option, but look at the rate 10.5. So if you were to carry your balance, now you know I don't encourage that, but if you were to carry your balance, you're looking at 10.5. That is the lowest I've seen ever on a secure credit card. Like, I haven't seen a rate that low, and I can't even tell you when. I've been working in credit union since 2007, and I don't think I've ever seen a rate that low on a secure credit card. So that is awesome. So if you were to carry a balance, like I say, I encourage you to always pay your balances off every statement. Make sure you're paying the full statement balance on the due date to avoid paying interest, because these credit unions, these banks don't need your money. You need your money. So don't be giving them extra money. You do not have to carry a balance in order to build your credit. I'm going to link a video that I did about the 7 credit card mistakes that most people make. So that way you're looking at those so you don't make those credit card mistakes. But yeah, that is a good APR if you were to carry a balance, but that is not the goal. We want to pay our cards off. All right, so guys, so that's a good credit union if you want to look into it. America's First. So let's go on to the very next credit union that we got on the board. So next up is Credit Union West. And at first, this messed me up, guys. This name messed me up. I thought, is it West Credit Union? Or no, it's Credit Union West. That's the name of this credit union. And this credit union is based out of Arizona. Their corporate office that doesn't have, there's not an actual branch, but their corporate office is based in Glendale. And they have locations, like 11 locations throughout Arizona, Phoenix, Scottsdale, and some of the other ones in Arizona. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that one. Now, this one, they actually have 2 different types of secure credit cards. Both of them have no annual fee. So the first one is the Platinum Preferred Secured Credit Card, and it has a low. Now it can get up to 24%. So it just depends on when where your credit is. So this lets you know they're going to pull to see where you are. So it can be as low as 13.24% APR. It does have some benefits on it, 2% cash back on balance transfers. So if you do have another card, like say you got a Credit One card and you didn't realize that that was a terrible card to build your credit with, then if you got a balance over there and you use your own money to secure this card, then you can possibly transfer a balance. And it says new card holders get 2% cash back on balance transfers and enjoy no balance transfer fee. So they actually giving you money to transfer money to their card and no balance transfer fee, which usually balance transfer fees can be like anywhere between 3 and 5% just to transfer the balance to another card. So not having a balance transfer fee and also getting some cash back is a win-win. Okay. All right. Also no annual fee. All right, get our lowest interest rate credit card that has no annual fee and maximize your savings. Personal identity theft and resolution services. So receive alerts and resolution service in the case of identity theft, allowing you peace of mind and constant protection. So make sure, guys, if you are interested, like I said, this one is based out of Arizona, right? Yeah, Arizona. Okay, so this is one of them. Let's look at the other one. They do have another one, and the other one, I like it better than this one. This one have a lower rate, but I like the other one better, and let's take a look at that one. So this one is their World Reward Secure Credit Card. So this one is a little different than the other one. This one actually earned points. Now this rate is as low as 16.24, and I think both of the cards can go all the way up to 24%. I think that's what I saw in their card agreement, and the card agreement is right there. Make sure you guys are always looking at the terms and conditions. I always tell you that. But this one has a higher APR to start off with, but it does give you more perks. So it says if you love shopping or you're saving for a special purpose, then the World Reward Secured MasterCard may be a perfect fit for you. Secured by cash in your savings account, share secured savings account, you'll earn 1.5 points with every dollar you spend using your reward secure card. Points can be redeemed for gift cards, travel, cashback, or even charity donation. Plus, card holders enjoy exclusive money saving offers from popular brands on experiences, travel, and everyday purchases. So 1.5 points. So that's what you get. That's like a whole mouthful for me, guys. I get tongue tied very easily. But anyway, 2% cash back again on the transfers, and it says you can earn rewards on every purchase and earn up to 11,000 bonus points. So you'll earn 10,000 bonus points when you make 1,000 in net purchases within 90 days, and 1,000 bonus points for registering your card online. See welcome letter for more details. So you can get 11,000 points when you get this card if you spend $1,000. So if you were to put with like $2,000 on this card, you could put 1,000 on there as long as you're paying it before it reports to your actual credit report, or as long as you do it within 90 days. So you can just break that up so you can get that. You can divide that up in 90 days so that you can get that. But you want to make sure that you pay the balance back down under 10%, or pay it completely off before it reports to your credit report for the utilization and for the maximum points that you can get out of the utilization category, which is I did a credit breakdown of what those points look like when you're trying to build the perfect credit score, and I'm gonna link that video as well so that you would know what those actual categories, how many points is actually in those categories. And I want to say that the credit utilization category gives you like 165 points. I think, I don't quote me on it. I think it's somewhere like 165 points, but I'm gonna link that video where you can actually see the breakdown, because to get a perfect 850, um, you have to come up with 550 points yourself. FICO gives you 300 to start off with. So everybody gets 300, and the rest is 550. So the points so each category breaks down to give you 550. So I'm gonna link that video. But again, guys, this is a way for you to have a card that mimics a regular credit card, just like a regular credit card. Only difference is you're securing it with your own money. So this is Credit Union West. And as I told you guys, where is this one at? Let me look on my paper. Credit Union West is out in Arizona. So make sure that you take a look at that one if you're in the area. And you can also look and see. I did not see on here where you can join another way, but a lot of these credit unions you can join by different different ways. So if I went thinking about it, is it the Consumer Financial Council or something like that you can join a lot of credit unions through that way, or American Consumer Council? It's something like that. I'm gonna have to put. I know it. I can't think of the name right now, but I'll put it in the description box, and I'm gonna put the links to all these credit unions also in the description box as well. All right, so let's go to the next one. All right, so the next one is Golden One Credit Union. Now, this credit union is based in California, and they have a lot of locations. They have a lot of locations that I've seen on their map. I want to say around Sacramento, maybe might be around in the Sacramento area. I think I saw that on the map. But you guys, if you're in California and you want to check this out, you can definitely, go on this website. They got a low 14.04 APR. So you want to look at that. Again, like I said, I'm rating these by the rates, no annual fee as well. So right here, 0 annual fee, 0 balance transfer fee. So another card that gives you a 0 balance transfer fee if you were to transfer, like say you got a card that was one of the most terrible ones that you can ever build your credit with, you want to get rid of it. This would be one of those cards, all right? One low rate for all card holders, so that's good. So they telling you that for 14.04 APR, so it's not variable, so that's good. All right. Credit limit start at 250, so you can actually get this credit card, secure this credit card with 250. All right. Again, this one is based out of California, so if you want to take a look at this one, again, I'm gonna leave all the links in the description. And look, they also have business going on here as well. All right, guys. So let's go to the next one. Really and truly, this one right here, Affinity Federal Credit Union. I really would have listed this one as number one, but because I told you I listed in order of the lowest rate. So this one right here, it doesn't have the lowest rate, but it has the biggest perk to me. So let's take a look at this one. Affinity Federal Credit Union, build good credit responsibly. So why does secured Visa credit card? Our secured Visa credit card is a smart option for building or rebuilding credit. It works just like the traditional card, as we know, and you're securing it with your own money. The biggest perk of this credit card, not just because it's got no annual fee, there is no credit check required. So you will not get a hard inquiry. That's the biggest perk of this credit card. This is the biggest perk of this secured credit card is no credit check. No credit check, guys. That is awesome because you don't have to take a hard inquiry on your credit report. It's going to stay on your credit report for 2 years. You will not get a hard inquiry. And of course, you set your limit, no credit check required. Your security deposit becomes your credit line. It's that simple. So that is cool, guys. That is really cool. So this would have been my number one if it did not have a higher APR. So it says with the Affinity Secured Visa Credit Card, get access to a low 14.85 variable APR. We know that variable can go with the prime rate. So it is variable, so that can change, right? So low 14.85. All right. All without having to pay an annual fee and no hidden fees. So that's good, guys. No penalty rate increase. That's good. Affinity does not apply rate increases for missed payment. So if you miss the payment, you will not get a penalty rate. A lot of people don't realize that when you miss payments, you can get a default, whatever their highest default penalty rate is, which sometimes can be 29.99, and in the 30s. It just depends on who you got your credit card with. So that's a good option as well. Visa zero liability. You're protected if your credit card is lost, stolen, or fraudulently used. Flexible limit increase at any time by adding more funds or requesting an increase. Okay. And when you see these little ones and twos and threes, that means there's some more information that you need to check out down here at the bottom. Okay, so one other thing. Now, this credit union is located in New Jersey. They got several locations in New Jersey, New York, and I did see one location in New Haven, Connecticut when I looked at the map. But also, guys, so if you're not in the up there up north, if you're not up there, this one right here will allow you to apply and become a member just by giving a one-time $5 donation to the Affinity Foundation. So pretty much anybody can join. It says, if you're not eligible through one of these paths, you have the option to join by making a one-time $5 donation to the Affinity Foundation. So anybody pretty much can join this credit union. And that's cool. That is really cool. This ownership happens when you establish a $5 membership account, which is your savings account, which is the share account, which makes you a member. That's standard. And so guys, make sure you check out this credit union. I told you I would have made this credit union number one. But like I said, I was rating it by the APR, but the no credit check, no penalty for if you miss a payment. Now, we don't want to miss any payments because we want on-time payments. But here's the thing though, too, guys. Like if your due date, say your due date is the 22nd and you didn't pay it until the 23rd, that's considered a missed payment. Some credit cards just by one day will give you a penalty APR for that. Now that won't report to your credit. That will not report as a late payment on your credit. You have to be at least 30 days late for it to report to your credit. But just them not penalizing you for that is awesome. But you always want to set your credit cards on auto pay. Put them on auto pay, and that way you never have to worry about missing a late payment. Put them on auto pay for the minimum. If you can't pay it completely off or you're worried about it overdrafting your checking account or whatever, at least set it for the minimum. And if you can pay more, then pay more. Okay. But at least set it for the minimum, then you never have to worry about being late and let that draft. Make sure you keep that on your reminders that it's gonna, draft. But put it on auto pay. That's the best way to do it. That's how I do my cards. That because especially when you start getting a lot of cards, it might be hard for you to keep up, and you do not want to get a late payment with them, even if it's not 30 days late. You don't want to get a late payment with them. But I think this is awesome. I would have rated them number one if it wasn't for the APR. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. So the next one is Radiant Credit Union, and this one is based out of Florida. So they have locations all up in Florida. And so if you want to check this one out, let's see what they got going on. So this will help build or establish your credit, no annual or transfer fee. So another no fee without no balance transfer fee. So that's becoming a lot common with these credit unions that I see. All right, you don't normally see these with banks, like regular banks. You don't normally see that, and so that's why credit unions are so important. All right, now look at this perk right here, dime back rewards. Get a dime for qualifying purchases straight to your Radiant checking or savings account. So get a dime back for qualifying purchases. So guys, that's awesome. I don't know where they have the what qualifies as a purchase, but it says on qualifying purchases. Okay, here we go. Qualifying purchases do not include balance transfer, cash advances, including purchase of items that can be traded immediately for cash, such as wire transfers, money orders, or traveler's checks. Okay, so everything else would qualify as a purchase as long as it's not a balance transfer, a cash advance, or anything else that can be converted to cash, like a wire or money order or a traveler's check. So everything else is considered a purchase. So that's cool. That's cool. All right. Of course, no annual fee. And they say that the rate is fixed at a 15.98. So if you were to carry a balance, that's pretty cool. They also say no cosigner required. Navigate your financial future independently and confidentially. I'm sorry, confidently. Lord, I can't read today. So guys, this is another one to check out, and this one is based in Florida. All right, this one's based in Florida. If you are looking to get a card, all right. On to the next. All right, so Navy Federal Credit Union. This one don't need no introduction. But I did notice, guys, and I probably haven't been up on game, that this one is the cash rewards now. They have, their secure card used to be the N rewards, and now it is the cash rewards. So that's awesome. Before, if you had the N rewards, it graduated to the cash rewards. Now you start off with the cash rewards, and it can graduate to unsecured cash rewards, but you already have the cash rewards card. So I think that's great that they changed that. I really do. I think that's great. And then it's probably going to save them on plastic when this card graduates, because you had the N rewards, was just a blue card. I think it was blue. And then you went to cash rewards. So that costs the credit unions. Every time they have to get rid of a card and issue another card, that costs the credit union. So them just being able to just convert this automatically whenever it upgrades, they can just turn it off, give you your deposit back, and it's automatically a unsecured cash rewards card, and you won't have to get that new card in the mail. That's awesome, and it's going to save the credit union money. All right, so let's look at this. Bill credit, earn unlimited 1% cash back. Take charge of your credit with the cash rewards secured. You can build a credit, get your competitive APR, and unlimited 1% cash back on purchases. So this card does not have an annual fee. You already know that. Initial deposit is low as $200. 3-month account review to determine eligibility for a credit limit increase. 6-month account review to determine eligibility for unsecured cash rewards credit card. And so again, we know that there's no annual fee, no transaction fee, no foreign transaction fees, I meant to say, and no cash advance fees. So that's awesome. I see the credit unions are really trying to perk up their secured cards, which is awesome. All right. Now they do have the highest 18%. So that's why they're low on the totem pole, but not because they don't have a good card. It's just that they are default 18%. But I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Navy Federal has been on it where you can have some of the best credit and still get 18%. So make sure that you're building a relationship with them, because they're really big on building a relationship with them, putting money in your account and using your account like an account should be. They don't want to be treated like the redhead stepchild, right? They want you to treat them like data one and only, so use your debit card, use that account, get direct deposit. You don't have to have all your money going into the account, but they do, and most credit unions do. I'm not going to just say Navy Federal has that internal score everybody knows about, but a lot of credit unions, almost all financial institutions, want you to have a relationship with them. They want you to date them, not just, do them with the one night stand. Okay. They don't want the one night stand. They want you to date them and marry them. Right. And so therefore that's like a common thing. I don't want this to be just Navy Fed want you to build a relationship. Navy Fed lets you know that they have an internal score, especially if they deny you for a credit card or deny you for a credit limit increase or whatever. They'll send you a letter in the mail letting you know what your internal score is. And most credit unions don't do that. But I'm not saying that they are the only one. They are the only one that makes it known that they have an internal score. So make sure that you're building a relationship with them. And everybody knows that Navy Fed is the biggest credit union in the world. They're the largest credit union in the world, so therefore they have many, many locations. Okay, so you can check their eligibility as far as how to become a member with this credit union. And if you don't know, then I will link the video. I've done tons of videos about Navy Fed on this channel, so I'll link the video letting you know, especially if you want to join some of the things that you should do as a new member. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, so last but not least, we got Vystar Credit Union. Now, this credit union is based out of Jacksonville, Florida area. So if you guys heard of any of these credit unions, make sure you leave me a comment. If any of y'all are a member of any of these credit unions, besides Navy Fed, a lot of folks got memberships with Navy Fed. Besides Navy Fed, if you have a membership with any of these credit unions that I listed today, make sure that you guys let me know in the comments. So last but not least, we got Vystar Visa Secured Credit Card. So they have one, of course, for establishing or rebuilding credit. This card uses Vystar savings as your collateral, so whatever you put in there. And the reason why I put this one in here is because it says credit limit anywhere from $500 to $2,500. So sometimes when you are doing a secure card, it might cap it at $2,000. Some might even cap it at $1,000. Some could cap it at $500. So this one will let you go all the way up to $2,500. And I would encourage you that if you have the money and you can put it on there at $2,500, do that. Do that, because once this card graduates on whatever their procedure is, or you can get an unsecured card, then they will start you off with a higher limit. Because usually banks will follow the last thing that another bank did, or in this case, if you're still trying to bank with them with your next card, then they will usually mimic what you already have. And so that way you're already starting off with a good high credit limit. All right, so you can apply now, enjoy the benefits. Let's see. You can get a free credit report, which is kind of standard now with a lot of credit cards, that you can be able to check your credit cards. This one right here, I want to say when I checked the rate on here, it was also 18%. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it popped up. So yes, Savings Secured Visa 18%. All right, so yeah, so these two, Navy Fed and this one right here, Vystar, they are the two highest. They are the two highest when it comes to if you're carrying a balance, but we don't want you carrying a balance. But if you were to carry a balance, these two are the highest in the APR, right? But again, guys, I just wanted you all to see that there are a lot of great credit unions out there, not just Navy Fed. I tell you guys, I made a video that Navy Fed is not all day, and y'all was eating me up in the comments, but I just want to let you know that there are other options out there. You just have to do your research. And so I'm going to do some videos just showing you some of the other credit unions that's out there that has a lot of great offerings as well. And you see that Navy Fed is on the end of this totem pole because they have the highest APR if you were to carry a balance. And then you saw that some of like America's First had 10.5, no balance transfer fees and all kind of different perks. So guys, I don't want you to sleep on other credit unions. And some of these credit unions you can still join even if you're not a part of their set group, meaning that you don't work somewhere that they service, or if you're not in the areas. Sometimes you can get into credit unions other ways. and I think it's the financial fitness. It might be financial fitness or something like that. I know what it is. I can't think of it right now, but I'm gonna put a link of it in the comments, and American Consumer Council. All right, guys. Thank you so much for looking at this video. Again, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this list. Have you joined any of these credit unions? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. I do appreciate all the love. Make sure you scan the QR code or go to starrcarter.com to join my free credit ready program group and get your financial literacy on. I do appreciate all the love. Make sure you check out whatever video that's coming up next. Thank you.